Welcome back to Sports Talk in the Man Cave. Today we got a few things to talk about. There was a couple of things. Last night was the NBA All-Star Game with a new format. And
great.
What did you think, man?
It was great. I mean, you finally saw a real basketball game. It wasn't just joking around. You saw the players fighting calls, and their best players were out on the court. They were actually trying to win it.
I saw that in the fourth quarter.
They were arguing calls, fighting everything, and so they were really trying. Instead of all of this just running around, nobody playing defense, there was defense getting played and stuff.
It's good to see, because the last few years I stopped watching the All-Star.
I stopped watching it, but I thought this year I'm going to watch it to see how that format works out, because it was no fun to watch it. I mean, they scored 100 and 200 points or whatever it was, just running back and forth, showing off dunks or whatever. No, this was real basketball. And you had the five best guys from both sides playing in the fourth. They didn't even put anyone else in.
Nobody from the bench. Nobody from the bench got in.
Nobody from the bench.
They didn't give up threes at that point. Everything was protected, and it's like
I think Harden hit one, but after he missed several, and they were calling the fouls, fighting the fouls. It was really something. So the MVP this time is really an MVP, because it was a real game, and Kawhi had to win it. Not that I'm very happy that Kawhi won it, but
he did.
At least,
To me, the MVP was Shaka Khan. I don't know if y'all saw that. No, I'm kidding. Let me tell you all what I thought. You don't think that had anything to do with Kobe Bryant, them playing a little bit more, like kind of like a tribute to him, where they were playing a little bit harder?
It was they did that for Kobe Bryant. One team wore 24, the other one wore his daughter's number 2. I mean, but they weren't playing harder for him.
I do think they were, because it was the first time ever that they named the trophy after Kobe. It's the first time,
Well, maybe
Kobe
LeBron wanted
MVP.
it. Yeah.
Well, I think Kawhi wanted it, because I know Kawhi would train with him in summer and stuff.
Yeah, but so would AD.
Yeah, so that's why they were all playing harder. That's what I think.
But I don't think they were playing harder for that.
I think it was the format. The format
did it. The thing that happened was LeBron's team won the first period, so their charity won. Then Giannis won for theirs. The third period was a tie, so it doubled in the fourth. So no one won the third. So whoever won the fourth won the third and the fourth.
And
they were going at it.
How much money?
100, 150.
Charities, right?
Yeah, for the charities.
150,000 for each quarter. So the charity part really worked out because they played harder, and then the last quarter really worked out because they were playing to win.
They were playing to win. They were playing to win, and they had to play. They had to play hard throughout, because you couldn't be too far behind. You couldn't be too far behind, because at the end, what they do is they get a target score.
Right.
So from the highest score, they went up like 24 points.
Right, 24.
So if you were, these guys were 10 lower than they were, but you don't want to be too far down,
and you'll
never catch up. So you actually saw a real game being played. It was good, very, very interesting. It has you on the edge of your seat.
Maybe the NFL will do something like that.
That's what I was going to say. Is there anything that they can take from this, or is it just different because it's football and nobody's going to risk an injury?
When I first read that they were going to change the format of this game, I thought, oh, what are they doing? I mean, it's not even, oh boy, but whoever thought of it was really, really good. It's a good thing to watch now.
I like that charity thing, because I think if you're giving money away to charity, they're going to play harder. They're going to play harder.
Yeah, I think if it would have been the same format, 4 quarters, it would have been the same thing this year.
Right.
I don't know, the charity, maybe the charity had to do with it, maybe had to do
with it. But the charity, they always play for charity. They always play for charity.
Maybe just a component of things that happen. I think that, and also the 3-pointers were down, I believe, from what they said. They didn't shoot as many 3-pointers as they had in the previous years. Well, so that was also good. They weren't just chunking up 3-pointers and doing that.
Well, Kawhi hit like 8 like this, but at the end of the game, but when they got within 3 points, they were LeBron almost from half court, Harden, and they were all shooting from all over. They just wanted to end it. They didn't want to give Giannis's team a chance to come back.
And LeBron had a way stronger team as well. I mean,
I thought so.
It was kind of shocking that they were even in the game.
Because you have Harden, LeBron, AD, Kawhi. I mean,
that was crazy. It was a great game. So let's talk about the NBA a little bit, because now that game is over. But Who do you see? I know you see the Lakers going possibly to the finals. Who else do you see going to the finals?
I think it's a two-man race. I think it's the Lakers and Clippers all the way. The only thing that would deter any of that collision course, it would be injuries.
You're talking about the West.
I'm talking about the West.
I think the whole NBA is just between those two. They're gonna whoever wins the West is gonna win it.
And you know, Denver is not too shabby either. Denver has their good games as well. So
but in the 7-game series, I don't think they can stand with any of those two teams.
I don't either. And then I think that Paul George has been in and out of the lineup. He's been getting hurt a lot. I mean, the Clippers aren't even guaranteed to go either. You know,
the thing with the Clippers is that they haven't gelled, because I believe that Kawhi and George have only played a total of 17 games together.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the thing. One was injured, one's taking games off, and they really haven't gelled.
The way it's going, they still got to play their team. Like you said, they still got to go. They got to play Denver. They still got to play these other teams that are kind of coming up. Utah,
the Jazz,
and
the
Houston can also upset anybody. With that, they get hot for a series. They can upset anybody.
But I see the Jazz even better than Houston right now. But Houston can, and
Dallas, your team,
Dallas
they can get healthy also.
But they have to get healthy. But Doncic came back, and Porzingis is now hitting stride. So now we're gonna see. Let's see how they play together. But that's my
Spurs. What about the Spurs?
The Spurs are going to be doing good. The Spurs are going to be doing good. I'm predicting that they're going to be doing good.
Are you booking that?
They're going to be doing good.
They're going to be doing good.
What defines good?
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Who's your George Harrison dark horse, man?
For the West, I think Dallas, if they can get healthy, Dallas would be my dark horse. And
more than the Jazz?
More than the Jazz. I think they have more talent with Doncic and Porzingis at one.
Oh, because the first three, I think, what is it? LA, the Clippers, and Denver. People are expecting. Jazz just came up.
Yeah, I think
Dallas could come up. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. The East. Do you want to talk about the East?
If you want to talk about the East, good.
What do you guys think about the East?
I think Toronto is a dark horse,
and that's what I keep saying.
I think Toronto has actually been playing very well.
I keep saying that's why I'm saying. Look, you take quote unquote from some of you guys think so is that Kawhi is the best player in the NBA, right?
I think so.
Okay, so you're taking him out, and they're doing even better this year than they did last year.
No.
Listen. How many games did he sit out?
58 games
Last year. He sat out most of the season.
Yeah, and they had a better record with him out of the lineup than without the lineup.
They won the world championship with him in the lineup because of him.
A lot of luck came into question.
Come on.
How many bounces that ball take in order to go in?
Okay. What was the Bulls' record without Jordan that year after he left?
Oh, I don't know.
They made it to the finals, didn't they?
They made it to
Jordan?
No, they made it to the Eastern Conference.
Oh, yeah, they did. They did.
So, does that mean that Jordan wasn't the best player in the world? Or
it was a down year for the East.
It was an easy East back then, too.
Kawhi proved that he's the man even amongst the men. They were all the alpha males. He won the MVP.
But look, my point is that they haven't had a drop off. That's my point. Toronto hasn't dropped. They exceeded without him.
They don't have what it is to win, but they could be a dark horse. Well, with him, they were a favorite. Like they were going to come out of the East. And he did the same thing that LeBron would do in the East. I mean, LeBron, he would average 40 minutes, but he did the same thing. But he took games off. LeBron took minutes off. Even though it showed that he was playing 40 minutes per game, he wasn't playing 40 hard minutes per game.
No. He was playing
and
3
he knew
minutes.
Exactly. He was, and when he wanted to play defense, he could play defense.
So who's coming out of the East?
The Bucks. The Bucks look good. The Bucks look good.
The Bucks. I think Bucks or Sixers.
Yeah, that's another.
Even Celtics.
But you know what? The Sixers are, I think, better than the Celtics. I don't know.
The Celtics are very talented too. I mean, the thing is, the Sixers go on the road and they're horrible. They play at home and they beat everybody.
So I think they're going to probably open up the playoffs on the road, no?
Yeah. So, well, they got the talent.
We'll see. All right. So let's talk about something different. The NFL and something that Carlos really likes to talk about. DAK. He's not getting paid yet.
Yeah.
Tony Romo's still getting paid more than him.
Tony Romo's getting more money for sure.
People are fighting harder over Tony Romo than Dak. To this day.
Is Brady gonna come on? You see Facebook, you get Brady pictures everywhere.
I said a couple weeks ago, and I still stick to it. I think Brady's going to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
He's gonna take that $60 million.
Isn't it fitting?
Is that really true? Is that on the table?
Yes.
60 million?
Yes, there's reported.
60 million for 2 years.
I mean, isn't it fitting that Brady?
Dak wouldn't take that because that's a little.
That's 30 million.
Yeah.
No, that's only 30 million per
No,
year.
he wouldn't take that.
Isn't it fitting that Brady goes to Las Vegas, kind of like at the end of the career, kind of like Barry Manilow and Donnie and Marie at the end of the career, kind of the same thing, right?
Britney Spears.
Yeah, Brady's going over there to retire and be like a sideshow for Las Vegas. I mean, it's only fitting.
Yeah, that makes sense. Man.
Yeah, I mean,
a couple of years.
It's a good, and it's great for the fans. You know, to you get a good head start on all those fans getting those season tickets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you get a name like Brady to go. And
Do you think anybody else is gonna pay him $30 million a year?
I don't think so.
I was in Vegas.
I
was in Vegas. What was it?
He's worth
Last
it.
month?
I don't think so.
I don't
2
know.
months ago. I was in Vegas 2 months ago. The Raiders stuff is selling.
Yeah.
We actually went to a mall, and everybody's already wearing the Raiders stuff. I mean, they're sold on it there.
Well, they're also a pretty good brand. You know,
Yes.
I mean, the brand is pretty strong.
Yeah.
You know, the
'Cause
Raiders, Cowboys.
Because the Raiders stuff would sell a lot because gangs would wear Raiders stuff.
You know, in Mexico,
And
actually,
black.
the Raiders are really big in Mexico too.
Really?
Yeah, I guess because they're right there, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But I mean, the people are sold on it. I mean, the team's not even there, and they're already selling all this stuff. You see that people walking around with their jackets.
So do you
and
think
their
people
stuff.
from California are going to be coming down to Las Vegas to watch the game still, or is it more
Absolutely.
new fan base?
Absolutely.
and these I mean,
I think it's going to be a total
to
new
go to
fan
Las
base
Vegas.
now.
To go to Las Vegas, I haven't been to a football game. I don't think I have any place else besides Dallas. I think I will go to Las Vegas.
I think
to see.
so too. I think I will too.
that would be awesome.
Not only that, is there going to be gambling in there?
Oh yeah. Well, not inside.
Oh, there might be.
There might be.
Yeah, I
And
have no idea.
Like if it was Jerry Jones, he'd have a casino in there
You
for
would have
sure.
a
Oh.
in there too, dude.
and
And a
That would-
hotel.
And have you seen the hotel? Have you seen the hotel that they're gonna build?
No.
It should
It
be.
looks
It should
great.
be a hotel and the stadium inside the hotel.
Exactly.
No, well,
It's
the-
so
the-
You just go
awesome.
outside the back door to your room and you're in your seats.
In the balcony?
That would be cool.
Oh man, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, no. It's gonna be something. I think it's gonna be good.
But
So.
did we even talk about Dak?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Nobody cares.
Is Dak gonna get?
So
Is
here's
Dak
what
gonna get more or less than
here's what
30
I
million?
think, okay, if they franchise Dak, and they send him to a long-term contract, that's history right there because it's never happened. Nobody's ever signed a franchise tag and then play the whole year and the next year get a long-term deal. So he would just be a rental from his that's what history says.
Yeah, yeah. I think that if they put him as a franchise tag and he does nothing this year, he's gone.
And
Well, I mean, obviously.
I don't know if he would do that or not. But if they put the tag on him, he doesn't have to go to the preseason games, to all the camps and all of that before the season.
Does he?
And that would
What happens if he
really-
doesn't play? Like if he decides I'm not gonna play?
Yeah, I guess he'd have to sit out the whole year.
He
I
doesn't
think.
get
Yeah,
I think if
because he has a
if
tag.
they don't give him what he wants, I think he should do that.
Yeah, I mean that's like it reminds me a lot of the Kirk Cousins situation when he was with Washington, and then they franchised him for 2 years, and they just finally said, you know what, it's not good enough. I mean, you're out the door.
He ended up getting paid.
He ended up getting paid, but they didn't. But they could have matched it or exceeded it.
But you know, I mean, you're talking about $30 million that they're going to give you. It's not bad. I mean,
It's not bad,
it's
but
not bad at all.
he's thinking for the future. So he takes the 30 million and then he gets hurt. How much of the 30 million is guaranteed? Like if he gets hurt, do they give him the whole 30 million?
I think
Yeah, it
he's, no,
depends on the
I think
contract.
he's also thinking in the market like that 30 million is going to be pennies on the dollar compared to where the market's going to go because the salary cap's going to go higher, and then you're going to see Mahomes come in here, and that contract's going to look. And I understand we're not putting him in the same breath as him. I understand that, but what I'm saying is that when Mahomes gets his turn and he gets paid, it's going to dwarf. It's going to say like he got paid peanuts compared to what the market is.
That's fine.
And what's also going to happen is I think Jerry Jones wants to get this deal done, because if he doesn't get it done, I think it might hurt the season. And he doesn't, like he said, we're running out of years. Well, and he's talking about himself. He's running out of years.
You know, it's at the beginning, during the season, at some point I was saying, yeah, you know what, Dak can take him to the playoffs and he can do something good. And then you see certain games and you go, Dak cannot take him anywhere. And so I'm saying, yeah, if you get this deal done, it's going to help the season. But at the same point, you might see the same brand of football, you know, with Dak.
I mean, he's barely coming off his rookie contract, David. If you look at Brady's numbers, his first 4 or 5 years, I mean, Dak's numbers are completely, I mean, they dwarf, what's his name, Brady's numbers. They were like, he was a game manager as well. And then he obviously got better, but he didn't win those Super Bowls in the beginning. That was all defense and coaching and special teams, because his numbers were horrible.
And remember what he did. Take those cuts to have a good team around him.
I see people comparing Dak and say, "Oh, look at his numbers compared to this person, that person." I'm saying, dude, those stats mean nothing.
The thing about his stats is they're very deceiving.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they were comparing him to the
this is coming from a running team, which is the Cowboys.
Yeah, but you're looking at, they're comparing to Wentz and Goff, and that, well, Goff didn't play the first season. That's why he doesn't have enough wins like he does. And then Wentz was hurt a lot of times.
David, and
you see at the end of the games, Wentz is winning games and getting.
You're old enough to remember. You're old enough to remember. Back in the day, quarterbacks came in as rookies.
And they
sat. They would give them those years to grow. Now they have to grow while they're playing.
Right.
So I believe he can do it. I believe that he can do it.
My point is, did he reach his max potential already?
No.
You never know.
I don't think so.
Some of these dudes reach their max potential in college. You never know when this happens.
And I think the big test is going to be switching that coach. Okay, because there's no more excuses.
Yeah. That's a good point. There's no more excuses. I'm excited to see what happens this season.
Well, the excuse is going to be, well, it's a different coach.
It's a different system. He has to get used to a new system.
It's going to be the same system.
It's going to be about the same system because Kellen Moore's still going to be there.
So the excuse is going to be it's the play calling. It's the play calling.
Yeah, it's the play calling.
Kellen Moore.
Must be.
But start giving us excuses so I can use it.
There's one for you.
Okay.
The line.
What can I say? It's the play calling.
Yeah, they block for him.
Okay.
You know,
even though time to throw says different.
Zeke isn't doing his job.
How about the blocking scheme?
Amari Cooper's knee is bad.
Can't get open. Can't get no separation.
That's right.
There you go. There's some excuses. Yeah. I'm just waiting for next season to see if this head coaching change helps Dak out, and I hope it does because he's the quarterback whisperer we called him, right? So.
I thought. I mean, I never said that.
Oh, you said no. You said he had great quarterbacks.
Yeah, he had great quarterbacks. He had Favre and he had
I think he made Rodgers, and Rodgers is a little.
And Rodgers is a case.
Yeah.
Prima donna.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, so Dak. So thumbs up or thumbs down on Dak?
2 thumbs up.
I'll give him 2 thumbs like this.
Sideways too.
No.
I'm not gonna go down on him because the guy's okay.
No.
He's good, but
we'll
I'm just.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. All right, football XFL. Anybody watching?
I watched the first week.
I watched
last
part of the game.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go.
Oh, look. Obviously, they're on a different level than the NFL,
Yeah.
but I do like
They're
it.
better.
Of course, yeah. The quarterback was throwing. He had a cannon on him. But I like the rule changes. It makes it a lot more exciting than NFL games. So even though the talent isn't as good, the excitement is there, and it feels like those little interviews that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Even though I don't agree with them, they do make it interesting. They went up to this guy who just had a personal foul, and then he starts cussing on TV, live on TV.
He's live. You're talking to a guy that just messed up a block, that just messed up a kick, and you're interviewing them. That's not a good idea.
No, the funny thing is, most of the interviews they were doing were on dudes that just finished messing up.
That's why I'm telling you.
You threw the pick. What were you looking at?
Yeah.
Very rarely where they're like, oh, good touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it all comes. It's all for the fans' entertainment. The number one thing is access. We have access to a lot of things that we would never have in the NFL. The number one, the other day, they had a couple of guys in the locker room. They had just one. They chugged beers like the you know what I'm saying?
Like Stone Cold.
Yeah, exactly. They're chugging beers on TV, and we have access to that.
You know what else we have access to? The play calling. That's so weird to me. They're calling plays live on TV. You could hear them.
Yeah.
And then this dude's like, they're covering his mouth so you can't. But it's coming out on live TV. Like everybody's hearing your play call.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand
so
this.
used to that.
Even the replays were live, right?
Yeah, it was.
So the replay, they're showing the guy replaying, and he's trying to go really fast because they only give him like 30 seconds or something to replay the play. And he's like, okay, I'm almost there. I think I got it. It's like, okay, no, let's keep it the same.
So it's sort of like wrestling, kind of fake.
No, it's
kind of real.
You know,
access.
Very real.
You know what I like?
Access.
The extra points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't have to kick extra. Well, they can't kick extra
they
points.
don't.
They can either go for 1, 2, or 3.
Right.
And I like that because the extra points in there
Most
that's
people
boring,
don't.
and then you have a kickoff that's boring, and it just takes forever to go from the touchdown to the next possession. And I like this.
The ones that I saw, they all went for 2 points from the 5-yard line. I didn't see.
I saw
anybody go
one.
for one.
I saw a lot of ones.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody go for ones. I saw everybody go for 2s. Nobody went for a 3 when I was looking.
I think the 3 is probably like if you're really in need of those points right there, like to catch up at the end.
But that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It is
they're
cool.
gonna use the whole year to see analytics and see where the percentages was. If it's better just to go for 1, 2, or just go for the 3.
Yeah, but
I think it's all new to everybody,
Yeah,
right?
it's all new.
a change like that would be really, really cool
To the NFL?
To the NFL, yeah.
I think if they take some of
And
these,
they're too prideful.
Yeah.
So they have too big of an ego to get anything from the XFL.
we're the NFL and we shouldn't be changing for
Yeah,
anybody.
we're the standard, we're the gold standard.
But I think they could benefit from
They
it.
could. They
Yeah,
could.
I think that
That makes the games more interesting.
Yeah.
That
They-
means a
they
9-point
can always
game
say that
is
they were
still in
gonna-
reach.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they could always say, we've been eyeing a change on our kickoffs. We've been eyeing a change on this. We've, and that
XFL stole this idea from us.
yeah.
I really like that
talking-
extra point rule.
Yeah.
And that would make the NFL way more interesting. Like you said, a 9-point game would still be 1 possession game.
One possession
See, if
game.
they're successful, I wouldn't doubt the XFL start throwing some money to these picks, to these guys coming out and overpaying these guys, saying, you know what, I'm gonna get paid more than I would in the NFL.
Kinda like the USFL.
Less games played with the competition. I'm gonna take care of my family.
Where Steve Young started and Herschel Walker started
The
the
USFL,
USFL, right?
USFL,
So
yeah.
they were paying millions of dollars to those
Herschel
guys.
Walker, Anthony Carter, I believe,
Yeah.
a bunch of Reggie White,
Yeah.
a bunch of
Oh,
players.
that's right. Reggie
Yeah.
White was there also, man.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be. That would be cool. If you're throwing money around, then you get people signing up. Like Des Bryant would definitely pay him some money.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm surprised that they didn't go after the bigger names. Like they didn't go after like Tebow. They didn't go after Manziel. They didn't go after like these other guys.
You don't want Manziel.
I feel like they don't want to be a joke either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tebow.
but I mean,
But Kaepernick wanted 60 million, or who did he want?
That would have been a good opportunity for Kaepernick to prove himself, and he didn't take it.
Yeah.
So like you said,
He doesn't want to
He doesn't
play.
want to play.
That dude doesn't want to play.
He doesn't want to play.
I think we said last time when we talked about him, he doesn't want to play.
He doesn't want no CT.
He doesn't want no.
That's right. No, man.
No CT
But he was
for
just a
him.
quarterback. So.
He was just a quarterback. He didn't really play. Just,
He's just a
damn
quarterback.
it.
All right, guys. I think that we covered about all the sports that we really care about. We didn't do anything on the Astros. Man, they're still talking about the Astros,
Yeah,
man. I'm
that's
getting
Look,
fed up with that.
I was telling Gilbert that I never saw football players such babies.
Baseball.
But the football players never say, take the trophy away from the Patriots. They were cheating, and this when they were cheating. Take the baseball players, crybabies.
Crybabies.
Right? They should take it.
They ruined my career.
And they're gonna
and
say,
Come on, you had 162 games to prove
your team was
career,
probably
dude. It's like-
cheating too, and you
Exactly. They all steal signs. Since we're in high school, we steal signs. Everybody steals signs. Like
Yeah,
they
I
did
know.
it better. They did it a new way. Okay.
They
Yeah.
they
it's because
did
they
it better.
installed technology and to actually do it. You know,
They
what I
were
mean? Like,
smarter.
hey,
But it's Houston.
Look,
Yes,
I think
they-
those cameras are already there anyway.
cameras are there. I mean,
But didn't they have like some sort of apparatus here and stuff?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Supposedly.
I
But
think
you
he
know,
did. I think he did. I mean, he was covering it up and stuff. Like, why cover that up?
They were smart. I
Tiene un
love-
santito.
I like the video that you sent me with the.
Yeah.
The guy
That's
like-
pretty cool.
With the trash can.
With the-
Yeah, the memes coming from it.
Yeah, no, it's funny, but I really think that they're taking it too far,
They're taking it too
and the
far.
players are being babies about it.
Definitely.
They're being babies about
they're
it.
not
Yeah.
sincere about their apology. No, they're not going to be sincere about their
No,
apology. Who
damn.
cares? Dude?
It's, yeah, I guess because
Move on.
they did do the numbers. They said like, you know what, they didn't score anything on the road, and then when they went home, they were like outscoring everybody. So I mean, I don't know if you're from LA, if you're from Boston, you're from the Yankees. I mean, you might think differently.
Yeah. No. You know.
Maybe
it
not.
just no, because I don't know.
This year, let's see what they do, man.
Let's see what they do.
I'm gonna call it. They're not gonna make the playoffs.
Oh.
Really?
I think
Okay,
I think they're gonna win the World Series.
One of the bets that Vegas is taking. How many Astro batters are going to get hit by a pitch this year? 85.
Damn.
Under or over?
85.
Over. Every team's gonna take a shot at them.
Every team.
Multiple times.
Oh, I don't think so.
That's one of the bets that Vegas is taking.
I think they're going to start throwing pitchers out if they do that.
Oh well, they throw the pitchers out.
The pitchers don't care.
When it's intentional, but if they tell you to throw a pitch at a batter, you better throw the pitch at a batter, because if not, it's like letting your team
You
down.
can't handle the
It's-
Disrespect.
Yeah, you're disrespecting your own team. If you have to throw at that batter, you throw at that batter, no matter what the repercussion is.
Okay, what if you threw it underhand?
No.
Take a base.
I think there was one pitcher that had to throw at a batter, and I think it was at a pitcher. They probably had to throw at Nolan Ryan, or they had to throw at one of those, and the pitcher kind of let him know, I'm going to throw it at you. And it's just like, but he had to do it.
Yeah.
But you knew that the pitcher told him, I'm going to throw at you.
Wow.
So there was some respect there for the guy.
It's going to be ongoing, I think, until the season starts. So I mean, I guess let's see if more things come out.
I think the Astros are going to have, something to prove this year, and if they win the World Series, it's going to be awesome. Because
they better pick up another pitcher, because they already lost Cole. They lost their top pitcher.
They're gonna be a target. Teams are gonna focus more on them when they play them. There's gonna be so much pressure. The fans are gonna be signs all over the place. There's gonna be too much pressure. They're not gonna make the playoffs.
There's gonna be people drumming everywhere.
I cannot make the playoffs.
The first 10,000 people get a trash can.
Very cool, man. All right, guys. Well, it's been a good show. We didn't do it last week because Corona. And guys, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.